I'm just going to do a bit of have a look over this FORDSON Dexter, 1961 FORDSON Dexter. It's I've owned this tractor since the late 90s. I reckon I've had it 25 years, and it has the little 3-cylinder Perkins in it with a Sims pump, vacuum governor, whereas when they had the CAV pump, mechanical governor, much better idea. And there it is. Yeah, it's not in good repair. It's I'm going to bring it into the shop here and do a few jobs to it. She's run into a few things over the years. Got an alternator on it. Steering box there. The wiring's pretty scary. Yes, it charges. Brakes. It's got the 2-stage clutch. It's got the diff lock. And hydraulics are up there. The old, yep, no, not real good. But it does have a temperature gauge, and I've had it running. And yeah, she's there. Those tyres are old. The linkage has a major problem here because this won't wind up because I think the thread's stripped. So that's what I'll be looking at. That's the first thing that's bothering me. Steering box. Yeah, it's got a fuel filter there. It needs a few things. It needs an engine rebuild actually, because it's heavily ether addicted to get it to go cold, and it's getting to the stage where you have to use a bit of ether even when it's been running. So it's, yeah, not getting any better. Anyway, I'm going to give it a wash. That's the next move. Righto, she looks a bit better now. Give it a bit of a clean up. FORDSON Dexter. I've owned it for 25 years. I think I paid $1,000 for it. And it needed a few jobs doing to it. It needed a seat, a steering wheel and an exhaust pipe, and other than that it went. And just use it as a firewood tractor. It does a few jobs here. I pull it out every couple of months, and we might find a little job for it, a little bit of use. It's just a really handy tractor to have around. Yeah, I've done a bit of work on here. I've pulled this off, and I've gone and put a different style on. Got another old bolt and put in there, and that looks like that's going to work all right there now. I've had to weld it there, and yeah, that's fixed. And plus kingpins, that one there too, and these are the fronts off it. These bushes are all pretty, it's sort of thick that side, thin that side. This one here is gone right through. So one lot of bearings is not real good. And that one there seems to be replaced. That's a good one. Seals need replacing, and this one here was, yeah, there's the balls, very rusty. We're getting a new one for there, and I'll put them in, see if we can get the steer a bit better, steer a bit lighter. It doesn't steer very light at all, this tractor. Now, another one of the major problems with this tractor is the PTO won't stay in gear when you're under load. So what I've got to do is, I'm pulling this off slowly. This little plate here has got to come out, and we've got to have a look in there to see what's going on. But there's the hand, there's the arm off it. It was on there, but that's got to come off. I've got to take this tray off, so we'll see how, and then we'll come back. Righto. I've gotten all this out. And you can't see in there, but the levers come off the side. This was what was on the side. That's what's in there. That's the fork. Whoops. That's the fork. And that was there like that. And there's a spring. And a ball that goes up against that. And I seem to have lost it somehow. I've found that in there. I don't know what that's for. This is the PDO shaft. It comes out the back. Out there. And if you pull all that out, what happens is you drop down. Now I'll see if I can get it in here. This thing here drops down. That's inside there. This has dropped down, and that shaft should be in there, but not like that, is it? The bush looks alright. That's where the fork went in, that groove. I wouldn't mind to get that thing out. That thing. Rightio, I'm looking at the manual, PDO sliding gear, and it says here, to remove PDO sliding gear is necessary to split the tractor at the rear transmission gearbox flange. Yeah, so I've got down in there, and I'm not keen for pulling the tractor in half unless I have to, but I've shot the camera in there, and I can just see the teeth, and they're all pretty worn on the side. Anyway, I got new kingpin pushers, and Bear and Company. So I'll be able to stick them in. I'll make this thing steer a bit better. Oh, Dexta. And this is the bush. This is the bearing, I mean. Goes in the bottom, goes there. That's in there. He goes up on here. He goes that way. And the bushes. And that's the seal at the top. And this is the top bush, got to go in here. I just got that. Fits pretty good over that. Get him fairly square. One bush fitted. And the bottom one, not much different. Anyway, we've got that on there. There's no seal on the bottom. Shove this over here. It's going to be a bit tight going through here, but when it gets through, it'll be alright. Okay. We've got to put the seal in there, the Woodruff key in there. We've got to get him all to fit. And you don't want to, the seal doesn't want to go over there. And I think that's got it. And then the bolt. And that'll be good then we can put that on. I tend to put a little bit of never see stuff on here. There, we'll drop it down off the jacks. job's done. That bit anyway. Got this all cleaned up here. Gonna put the PDO in here. I'll just stick a bit of goo on here. And don't need a lot. And just make sure she seals, because I don't like leaky PDO. You have to get it up there in the... There it is, it's in there. And that's it. Now I'm down here on the side of the tractor. And I'm back down on this hole here. And you can see in here. You see that? There's the PDO shaft going in. And there's the fork's got to fit straight in that. And that slides out backwards and forwards, in and out of gear. There's the teeth that go in and out of gear. So I'll get the next bit here and we'll slip him on here and put some goo in it. And that's it. That's the fork. And the 3 bolts. So I've got a bit of a gasket there, so I'll glue him up and put him on. See if I can get this right. First time. There's the 3 bolts. Come on. Should be in gear, out of gear. Got to connect the clutch cable up. Clutch. That's the clutch. I can tell you, I reckon that could nearly do with a bit of an adjust. It's could go with a bit, because I know when you've got the 2nd stage clutch, it's right on the floor. Anyway, we're still working on the old tractor here, and this is the mudguard. It's just suffering from serious rust and it's starting to get weak. So I'm going to try and see if I can do a bit of welding on this and add some bits of steel to it, try and make it, put some bracing in here, just make it a bit stronger and weld that up and a few things like that. I've made up a couple of bits of steel here and I'll weld them in place. I might put another one over the top of here. Not too bad, that side. Clean it all up. I've got it pretty square and I'll weld them on there. That'll make it strong. There it is. That's going to be way better now. Still got quite a bit of rust in it, but just for a fix-up, that'll be pretty good for this tractor. Right, I'm going to put the mudguard on here. That's the bottom plate, the bolts. Sits on there. Bottom plate. You use your head sometimes. Rightio. Put the foot tray on. Anyway, it's another day and we've got the Dexta back together and I've taken it for a run and yep, it's all going fine. I've even put this ripper on the back and done a bit of work with it just to test it all out, but yeah, oil leaks on the ground, tappet cover leaks. This tractor engine is very sad. And it takes a heap of aerostart to get it to start. And once you've got it going, it's all right. But even when it's hot, it still needs aerostart. So I'm going to be doing I'm reviewing whether I'm going to rebuild the engine. Checking out what's involved. It looks like it's an F3144 cubic inch 3-cylinder engine by Ford and Perkins. So anyway, that's it for today. I'm ending the video.